The stock market is on fire right now. In this video, I'm going to teach you 3 secret stock tricks on how I turned $1 into $10 million after just 1 day of day trading on the market. Again, you should click the link down below to purchase my exclusive course that I am running a 90% sale on. Now, we all want to be rich, and if you follow my advice and you stick to the game plan, you yourself will be able to become a multi-billionaire overnight. Buy my course. What is going on, YouTube? My name is RJ, and this is the Gen Z Investor channel. Hopefully you enjoyed that little skit that I made that was making fun of day traders on YouTube. And in this video, I am not going to be providing you tips and tricks on how to make crazy amounts of money on the stock market. My goal of this video is to essentially debunk the whole idea of day trading and the claims that these day traders make in terms of returns that they say they make on the stock market. Additionally, I'm going to show the power of compounding and kind of lay out why you should sell option premium. Now, there's kind of 3 different types of people on YouTube that are kind of involved in the finance community, in my personal opinion. Now we have the day traders and swing traders, the Forex traders, and all those people. We have kind of the long-term investors, and then we have the people who sell option premium on the stock market. Now I'm going to be kind of laying out kind of an example on Excel, kind of just a spreadsheet to show you the kind of absurdity of the day trading claims and in terms of returns. Additionally, I'm going to show you why you want to sell option premium and not be a long-term investor. If you want to know how to sell option premium, you can kind of take a look at my other videos where I break down exactly how I sell option premium. But the main point of this video is to kind of show you kind of the power of selling option premium and the kind of compounding effect it will have if you can kind of become a good option seller. Additionally, I'm going to compare that to kind of these long-term investors and kind of prove to you why you should be selling option premium if you want to maximize your kind of net worth in the long run. Let's get into it. So this is kind of the spreadsheet that I made and want to talk about. Again, this is just a personal example of my own plans on how I am planning on becoming a multi-millionaire. Again, I'm going to break down 3 scenarios, or actually more than 3 scenarios, but again, the long-term investor, the day trader, and the person who sells option premium. So some assumptions that I made. Well, first I'm going to just break down what all this means. So on the furthest left, this is just my age, starting at 16 to 65. Right now I am currently 20 and I have about a $60,000 net worth. If you want to know how I was able to achieve such a high net worth at such a young age, you can actually go to my YouTube channel, or actually I'll put in the link in the description below of how I achieved a $50,000 net worth at age 19. I actually made a video. It was actually one of my earliest videos, but long story short, I worked a job where I got paid over double minimum wage, and I lived at home during college so that I could have very low expenses. Besides the point, this is kind of the future value of my account, assuming I put in $10,000 every year working at my job or doing whatever, and I basically put 3% more into my account for every given year after that. So put in $10,000 when I'm 21, and then I put in $10,300 when I'm 22, and then that just pattern continues, which I think is not a very out there kind of assumption. I think that that's very realistic. Now, if I were to just buy the S&P 500, hold, and pretty much only doing that, by the time I'm 65, I will have $7.5 million. Now, that's pretty much enough to retire. Additionally, I did the same thing, but if I wanted to retire at 45, I would have $1.36 million, which is actually getting a little bit closer to being enough to retire if you kind of just can manage your expenses well. Now, this is kind of the long-term investor kind of model. And again, this model has a lot of assumptions. It assumes that I am paying no taxes, but just for simplicity, I made it this way. Now, let's kind of play around with this number. So if you sell option premium, 20% rate of return, I don't think is actually that large an assumption, and I think that that is quite possible. Again, if you want to learn how to sell option premium, you can kind of take a look at my other videos. I kind of break down how I do that. Summarization, I sell naked options that make corrections in the stock market, and I collect premium. So I'm essentially an insurance broker on the stock market. With any due respect, however, I will essentially have $434 million in my account by the time I'm 65. Additionally, if I wanted to retire at 45, I would have $11 million, so I could easily retire when I am 45. More importantly, I could probably actually retire at an earlier age, probably closer to 35, and that is pretty cool. Additionally, I am going to show you the absurdity of day trading. So there's a lot of people that will claim that they can make about 1% per day trading. Now, without even taking into consideration compounding, there is 252 trading days in the year, so that would be a 252% return. And as you see, the numbers just become so large that gotta extend the Excel. So if you could return what these day traders are claiming that they make on the market every single day, you would have this amount of money at age 65 if you could continue to do that. So that would be, this is million, billion, trillion, plus all that. So the whole point of this video is to basically just show you that if you could make the returns that these day traders claim to make in the long run, even if you started with kind of small amounts of money, because the power of compounding is so strong, you would slowly become the wealthiest person in the world. And even in this scenario where you're only doing it for 25 years, you would still have, this billion, trillion, you would still be easily the richest person in the world. So if you buy into these day trading courses and these fake gurus who try to sell you a course, just realize that they are selling you a fantasy. This is not a realistic way of making money on the stock market. Additionally, if you are just a long-term investor, you're not going to be maximizing your returns in the long run. Again, even if I were to be a long-term investor and hold the SPY and then sell covered calls against it, I could probably achieve a few percentage points alpha. So let's just say I return 12%. This would be 27 million by the time I am 65, compared to just holding the SPY, which would be only 7 million. So you really need to learn how to sell option premium, because the value in the long run of selling option premium is extremely important. And I think that this is going to be one of the best videos or most important videos in your life to actually break down the just sheer importance of learning how to grow your money and keeping your expenses low when you're young. Additionally, I could kind of fudge these numbers around and make it so I was investing later, and that would mean that my future value of my money would be a lot less. So to kind of summarize this entire video, learn how to sell option premium. It is the best statistical way to make alpha in the stock market. And in the long run, you are going to make significantly more money by learning this skill and becoming an active trader. Whatever you do, do not be a long-term investor or try to day trade. You will clearly not be maximizing your returns in the long run. And if you truly want to become a multi-millionaire in your lifetime, you have to follow my advice. So to conclude, my name is RJ. This has been the Gen Z Investor channel. I hope you got value out of this video. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment your questions down below, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.